Cristiano Ronaldo left absolutely raging as Celtic hero's killer quip live on air sums up his night to forget. Ronaldo won't look back on that night at Hampton with much fondness. Cristiano Ronaldo looked like he was trying to start a motorbike with his dodgy first touch as Charlie Mulgrew couldn't resist a chuckle at the Portugal captain on commentary. The violins were out for Ronaldo and co at Hampton as Scotland battled to a creditable point that calmed the waters of crisis surrounding the national team. It was a rare night to savor for the Tartan Army, made to taste even sweeter by the superstar's full-time tantrum that saw him leave the pitch ranting and raving. Expectation was high about one of the greatest ever coming to Glasgow, but he barely had a sniff on a frustrating night, his one good chance denied by a great Craig Gordon save. And the tone was set for his horror show by one moment towards the end of the first half that saw him attempt to get on the end of a long ball forward, only to misjudge it completely and allow John Souter to sweep it up. Rory Hamilton, on commentary for Viaplay's livestream, joked it looked like he had a hole in his boots, and it was such a poor touch that co-commentator Mulgrew couldn't resist a dig, adding, "Don't often see that from Ronaldo," as starting a motorbike. That was just the beginning of the Ronaldo outtake reel as it happened. He barely got anything right in one of the worst performances he's likely to have turned in during his glittering career. And at full time, his frustration boiled over as he exploded at the officials for blowing the whistle before Portugal could take a corner. And an amused Mulgrew harked back to one of his catchphrases, noting Ronaldo was absolutely raging with a chuckle at his expense. Fans took it as a hark back to April 2022 when Mulgrew said the same thing about then Dundee boss Mark McGee, who labeled his goal a fluke. Lionel Messi hints at retirement after matching Cristiano Ronaldo record. Argentina captain Lionel Messi admitted he is close to retiring from international football after matching a record set by rival Cristiano Ronaldo. The 37-year-old, a two-time Copa America and one-time World Cup winner, returned to the Argentina side for their World Cup qualifier against Bolivia on Tuesday. Messi, who had missed the last two camps with an ankle injury, has failed to guarantee he will continue playing with his country until the 2026 World Cup. But the playmaker's form would suggest he could go on for some time yet, and Messi underlined his continuing brilliance by starring in Argentina's 6-0 win. The Inter Miami ace provided 2 assists and scored a hat-trick as the World Cup winners breezed past Bolivia at the River Plate Stadium. Amazingly, it was Messi's 10th hat-trick for Argentina, bringing him level with Ronaldo for the most scored at international level by any player. But despite Messi's performance, he admitted he could be nearing the end of his playing career with Argentina after the match. "It is very nice to play here feeling the affection of the Argentina fans," Messi said. "It makes me emotional to listen how they shout my name. We all enjoy this connection with the fans and we love playing at home. I didn't set any date or deadline about my future. I'm just enjoying all this. I am more emotional than ever and taking all the love from the people because I know these can be my last games." Messi's hat-trick took his tally for Argentina to 112 goals. Ronaldo has scored 133 times for Portugal. Messi levels Ronaldo's hat-trick record during Argentina's 6-0 win over Bolivia in World Cup qualifiers. Messi levels Ronaldo's hat-trick record during Argentina's 6-0 win over Bolivia in World Cup qualifiers. Former Sunderland man holds his own versus Cristiano Ronaldo as he makes stunning international return. Sunderland had a former player on international duty this month, going up against Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. Sunderland haven't had too many current first-team players featuring during this month's international break. Messi equals Ronaldo's record. Check full list of most international hat-tricks. Argentina's Lionel Messi showed his class once again for his national team as he raced to his 10th international hat-trick, while representing his nation in the 6-0 thumping of Bolivia during the FIFA World Cup qualifiers on October 16. An all-round performance from the talisman saw him registering 2 assists along with his hat-trick to complete a 5-star performance on the night. Messi's hat-trick also drew him level with his age-old rival Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of most international hat-tricks in football. Messi looked at his best as the 37-year-old was in the middle of most of the attacks created by the world champions. Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez and Nicolas Otamendi scored the other goals in what was a dominant performance by the side on the night. The goal that stood out was Messi's hat-trick goal, as he dribbled past the Bolivian backline and slotted the ball in trademark fashion into the bottom left corner to complete his record-equaling 10th international hat-trick. Messi now has 846 career goals to his name, an unbelievable statistic that sets him apart from the rest of the lot in football history. Rudy's rumor mill Man United to offload Brazilians as Ronaldo discusses new Al Nassr deal. As Cristiano Ronaldo 39 looks set to renew his contract with Al Nassr, here are some of the main stories over the last few days of the transfer market from Tribal Football's transfer expert Rudy Galletti. Ronaldo targets 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo's renewal with Al Nassr now seems to be a matter of time. Portuguese player, in fact, recently spoke with Al Nassr CEO Guido Fienga, a delegation from the Public Investment Fund and a representative from the Saudi Ministry of Tourism to discuss the terms of his new contract with his club. The meeting, which took place just before Ronaldo joined the Portuguese national team, ended on a positive note, with all parties confident that an agreement would be reached soon. Speaking of the Portuguese national team, Cristiano Ronaldo in the First Nations League match against Poland scored his 906th goal, only 94 goals away from the historic figure of 1,000 goals. With this potential contract renewal, this figure does not seem to be so impossible. His career could continue for at least 2 more years until the 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo not only wants to continue to play a key role in Saudi Arabia's ambitious plans for sports and tourism development, but he still has the dream of leading his nation to triumph, for the first time in their history, at a World Cup. In 2026, Ronaldo will be 41 years old, but everything suggests that the Portuguese champion has no desire to retire before that date, perhaps to challenge for the last time his historic rival Lionel Messi. Manchester United make wage bill plans for January. One of Manchester United's primary goals for the next transfer windows is to reduce the squad's overall wage bill. Casemiro and Antony are players on the fringes of the project, and United would like to offload them as early as January. Specifically for Casemiro, the management feels his salary is no longer justified by his on-field performances, which have fallen short of expectations. For the same reason, Erik ten Hag has also relegated him down the pecking order in midfield, as his performances earlier this season have been underwhelming. As a result, both the board and the coach agreed to let him go in January, with United also hoping to monetize his transfer.